Hi, Aiden.
Hi, Connor. It's Prees.
Yeah!
It's the Prees of Season 2.
Yeah!
We're here to get a little bit crazy, talk about Season 2. This is our prediction pod, our preview podcast, if you will, for Doctor Who Season 2.
Yes.
Are you excited?
I am excited. I'm bipolar with Series 2, Aiden. I'm up and down. I'm like a yo-yo.
But today you're up.
Today I'm up.
That's what we want.
Let's
that good
go.
spirit, that
Come on.
hype.
W's in the chat. Let's go.
I too
Let's
am
go.
excited.
Awesome. Well, it's close. It's nearby. It's like 2 weeks.
By the time this episode comes out, it will be 1 week.
Oh my goodness
Goodness gracious me.
Fantastic time for this podcast to drop.
That's right.
Woohoo.
So if you're watching for the very first time, make sure you subscribe and we'll be reviewing all of Season 2. We're doing a bunch of content. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have reviews. We're going to have previews of each episode.
Yep.
And we're going to have the standard Q&A sort of riff-raffy episode coming out midweek as well. So you're going to get 3 episodes of the podcast.
And my live
all in a
streams
week.
are back.
And Connor's live streams every Friday. So basically 4 podcasts kind of in a way per week.
And I wanted to start the live streams a week before the show comes back on. So that won't be this Friday, will it?
That will be this Friday.
Oh,
well, it'll be...
Goodness me.
Unless you want to do one like the day before.
I could do that.
Which would be next Friday.
Shit, it snuck up on me.
It snuck
this
up on
new
everyone.
series. It snuck up on me, Aiden.
It's a sneaky little series.
It's here.
And it might even sneak up on Disney Plus as like a surprise. Oh my God, biggest hit of the year on Disney Plus.
A hit?
Am I dreaming?
Oh my God.
I'm waiting
for the reality bomb to end. The reality war to end. The Doctor will be back in series 3.
That would be the best way for them to announce that it's been commissioned for season 3. Yeah. Yes.
I'll be like, let's fucking go. I'll be so happy.
I hope they do that.
All those naysayers like myself saying that it's not going to happen. Fuck
Prove
that.
you all wrong.
Come on.
Today's show, we're going to go through some general thoughts and theories for Season 2. Who's Miss Flood? What villains can we see? What do we want to see from the characters? We're going to then break down all the episodes.
Break it down now.
Sort of briefly, chatting about what we know generally, I guess, about them and what we predict the episodes might be about.
No leaks.
No leaks.
I'm glad I don't know any. Really,
I know literally nothing.
So happy about
I know
that.
one thing about one character, and it's a minor character, and it's so minor. So minor.
I'm so glad I went into the 60th in Series 1 knowing like pretty much everything. So I literally don't know
nothing. There is some stuff out there at the moment from what I've heard. Yeah.
But I'm Matt Murdock with that shit.
Don't know, don't care.
Don't see anything.
Then we're going to move on to our Season 2 win and loss predictor, which I'm excited about. I think that's going to be really fun. We're going to go, will the episode be a win, a loss, or a draw? I think it's pretty self-explanatory what that means. And then we'll look back at the end of the season and see how close we were to it, which would be really fun.
Okay.
Then we'll wrap up the show, as usual, with our crystal ball prediction, simple yes or no answers.
Everyone do it at home.
Rub the ball. We got to dust off the crystal ball first because that shit's going to be dusty.
Dust off it? Dusty.
All right, so that's all coming up in today's jam-packed episode of the 50% Doctor Who podcast.
Hit the button.
Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at 50doctor.
50% podcast.
It was push the button, my bad.
Push the button.
Yeah, I was going to do the Space Babies and I fucked it up. That's what happens when you do a show sometimes. You just got to move on.
We can just cut it like they cut that sequence from
exactly.
Season
and
1.
you can read it in the script a year later.
That's it. Okay, so here is what we know. Here's the synopsis for Season 2.
Hit me.
Audiences join the Doctor, Ncuti Gatwa, and Belinda Chandra that are to see through on an epic quest to get Belinda back to Earth. But a mysterious force is stopping their return, and the time-traveling TARDIS team must face great dangers, furious enemies, and wilder terrors than ever before.
Oh, no.
One day, I would like to look back at this synopsis and go, wow, they really did fight greater dangers, more ferocious enemies, and wilder terrors than ever before.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe that will be this season. Who knows?
Maybe.
Thoughts? Thoughts on the plot?
I'm warming up to it. I like this idea. I want it to be this whole idea of I was a sourpuss last week about get her home, Aiden.
You hated Get Her Home, and I was all about get her home. But I will get her home again.
I think that this could be a cool idea for a series with like an overarching plot. I know what you're doing. I know we have it somewhere. I think you played it like one time. I would like to think
I will keep you safe. You will be at home again.
This shit sounds like Jurassic Park.
I love how that's never been used, or
Yeah,
like
well,
used
just-
one time when we were like, "This is a soundbite we have."
Backed by popular demand.
So I like I actually do kind of like the idea of it being like a series arc that it's getting Belinda home, and obviously there must be a reason why they can't just take her there instantly. I like the idea of that. And I think because there's a line in the trailer when they go to the Interstellar Song Contest where they're like, "Oh, we're definitely staying." And I think maybe the TARDIS is randomly landing places,
Maybe.
and they don't have a choice of where they go. So that's why they say, "Oh, we're definitely staying."
A bit 1960s Who.
Well, yeah, it's exactly like
Goes around, comes around.
it's like exactly what we saw in 1964, pretty much.
That's right, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think it sounds like this description here says a mysterious force is stopping their return. So it makes you think that someone, perhaps a Mrs. Flood or another villain, may be doing something to the TARDIS to prevent them from getting home. And why don't they want them to get back home? What is happening?
There's
on
a
Earth?
reality war.
There's no reality war. So speaking of villains,
Yes.
any villains that you can expect to see? We obviously know there's new villains, the robots and the robots of Robot Revolution. There's Mr. Squiggly Diggly Bum Ding Dong Bong.
Mr. Ring-a-Ding.
That's more like it in Lux.
Yeah.
But I guess more interestingly, any returning villains that you can predict.
Exterminate.
You think we got Daleks?
I don't think so.
I think we might.
Really?
I actually
Where?
think that I don't fucking know. Like, I really don't know, but I just think there's a chance. Like this has been two seasons that have really seemed to have been focused on new villains, which is cool. And I'm all for it. But I wouldn't mind a cheeky Dalek story in there. Nothing like I want a cheeky Dalek story that's not like it's the end of the world, the reality bomb.
The reality bomb.
I want a cheeky Dalek story that's like really small scale.
Right.
And like a bit of a different plot than just the Daleks are going to destroy everything. There is a fly in here that is driving me insane.
This is Breaking Bad's fly.
This is going to turn into Breaking Bad's fly.
I think that's a good point, Aiden Green.
Do you think there could be some Daleks?
I don't know, maybe.
I don't think there will be, but I think there could be. It's like I'm in like a gauge of like a 30 to 50% likelihood of there being Daleks.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but there wasn't any return in Sutek.
Yeah, we had Sutek, the big dog.
Apart from Sutek, there wasn't anything returning, was there?
Yes!
For series 1?
No, there was nothing.
Right. So apart from Sutek, now it's time to bring in the big dogs. And I don't mean Sutek, I mean the Daleks. Nah, I don't know. I could see them being in it. I think I don't know.
Yeah.
I like that I don't know. I think
I
this
agree.
is the first time I've gone into a series. I don't know if it's been like my lack of excitement, but I've also been like is tempering my expectations. Is that a saying? Tempering my expectations.
Tempering, I think. Is the word?
Yes,
Tempering,
for the
maybe?
series, because I want to be like, I want to just go into it and just experience it. So if the Daleks are in it,
Cop
who
that.
knows? There could be on the web theories and, stuff that people know. I have no idea, and I'm glad I don't, and I just want to go into it and see it. It would be a shame if this is actually Shooty's last series and the Daleks on it, he would be the first Doctor to not be with the Daleks. So that would be really awesome to see something like that. But I guess we don't know the villain for...
I want to see Shooty versus the Daleks.
Me too. Now, why do I think the Daleks are the enemies in the final? Because we really don't know who or what's happening in that. So
Yeah, we don't. We really don't.
that I actually am really excited for.
I think there's, for me, two main villains that are likely to be in the finale.
Please.
Likely, I don't know if likely is the right word, but I guess my predictions. Okay. And maybe they're both in it. Who knows? So I want the fly is
It's on the
currently
soundbite. I thought it was going to play.
the fly is about to press the soundbite button. Don't move, fly. Don't move. My two predictions are holding for dramatic effect.
God.
Mrs. Flood is the Rani.
Oh, God, yeah.
And the main villain of the season, Omega.
Okay.
Yeah. However,
That's mega.
that's pretty mega. I don't think the Omega one is... No, fuck it. I'm going to put my foot down and say Omega's in this season.
Okay.
There's a new trailer that came out and everyone was like, that villain looks like could be Omega. Who knows? That villain ain't Omega, mate.
I
Don't
think that's
even worry
just
about
from
it.
the Robot Revolution.
I think that villain's from the story in the engine is my prediction, but that's just thought. Yeah, so I am, and Russell's been saying how he wanted to do more sequels in this era, sequels to classic stories. So, that kind of fits the bill of I know he's had 2 classic stories, but maybe it's about time he has a third. Everyone's been clamoring for it the same way that people were sort of wanting Sutekh back. They've been wanting Omega back for a while. So I could see it. He's he's not really reality bending, but I guess he's a universe bending motherfucker. He's going in the antimatter universe. Where the laws
of physics were defined by a madman.
Well, there you go. Could this madman be back? I could see Omega has been designing universes and that's what he's put the Doctor in at the moment. He's in a pocket universe or something like that.
Well, that's one of the theories, that he's in a TV show or something.
I hope he's not on a TV show, but I won't mind if there's a villain like Omega that's manipulating reality around the Doctor.
Well, I guess that explains, and once again, we don't know any of this shit. I don't know. But I guess that explains why Mrs. Flood breaks the fourth wall.
Oh, the TV show theory? Yeah. I hope that's not true. But
here's the thing though, and I'm sure they could do this because they did it with Sutekh. They would definitely probably do something like a Tales of the TARDIS again, like they did with Pyramids of Mars.
That would stack up.
Because I haven't seen any of the Rani stuff. So I've seen the 3 Doctors.
Yep.
Doesn't he come back for a Colin episode, Omega?
A Peter Davison episode.
Peter Davison, okay. So I haven't seen that, and I
Arc
haven't
of
seen
Infinity.
any of the Rani stuff.
Overhated Arc of Infinity. It's silly as fuck, but I kind of liked it.
Deserved the redemption, Omega?
Do you say
Maybe.
This episode?
Sure.
Yeah, redeem him after Arc of Infinity.
Or the final.
He looks silly in Arc of Infinity. I'll give him that.
Right.
He's a goofball there.
Right.
Yeah.
It would be cool if Russell's going for his series finals, he's doing classic era sequels. That could be an interesting thing that he does.
Yeah. Yeah, very true. Maybe episode season 3's finale they can go to your favorite classic Who story,
What?
The Weber Planet.
Well, maybe.
The Zarbi are back. Return of the Zarbi.
I would kind of think that's kind of funny.
I'm gonna fly now. No.
Christ, could you imagine?
Zarbi.
I'm a Zarbi and I'm here to destroy the... I don't know what they would do afterwards, but that's a cool theory. I don't know really anything about the Rani apart from the other one every 2 seconds. I mean, I remember back in the day with Michelle Gomez before they said she was the Master, everyone was predicting that she was the Rani.
I could see it. I really could see. I think that's quite likely that Miss Flood's the Rani. I think the Omega thing is something that I'm just sitting with, and I know some people are, but there's nothing for me yet other than this reality bending stuff, which really could be anyone, that makes me think Omega. There's no evidence really for that. So
wasn't the Rani a bit of an anti-hero?
She got a dog in her.
Right. See, I don't know, because they kind of... I guess from my interpretation, they kind of picture Mrs. Flood as a bit of an anti-hero, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't think she's a villain or not like a straight up villain. She might have some devious intentions.
Right.
The Master usually is the villain, but sometimes it feels like he just gets caught up in an adventure and tries to scheme something out of it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's something that she was doing.
Okay. Is the old actress not here anymore?
No, she passed away a while ago, I think.
Bless her. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, then I guess that would explain the recast. Okay.
Yeah. So we will have to see. So we talked villains, we talked Daleks, we talked Omega, we talked the Rani. Do you have a theory of who Miss Flood is? Would it be the Rani?
I don't know. I mean, I think, it has been one of those things that it's been a theory for so long that the thing is, if it ever did happen, I wouldn't be surprised, that kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Because it's been a theory for so long.
I get you.
That I wouldn't be surprised. It's something that I would happily watch a Tales of the TARDIS for. Because I would like to know and be caught up. I guess I wouldn't be able to watch all the episodes before, because I know she's in Steele's first episode, isn't she?
Yeah, she's in it. She's got a couple of episodes, but not an awful lot, to be honest.
Right. I'm sure I could read a Wikipedia page.
Yeah. Hey, Google.
Yeah.
Who is the Rani? No, don't activate.
I had a feeling it was
don't
gonna be
activate. Sorry.
It's a new update.
Okay. Obviously, there's no other stories that you think it could be a sequel story to. I saw something which scares me on Twitter. Someone said that they think that there's a sequel story to Midnight.
Oh, what?
And that I know, I was like, oh, what? But they sounded pretty adamant that they'd like seen it somewhere or something like that. But I don't know whether that's
what's the connection? Do you know?
I don't know. I think there's that new Disney trailer,
which was really cool, by the way.
the little 30-second one or something.
Yeah,
is the one that everyone's been talking, because the Doctor starts with I've been here before, and everyone's been saying, wow, okay, sequel story confirmed, which I think that kind of does confirm it. And someone said, like, this is definitely the Midnight creature because of this. And I think they were starting to maybe, I don't know, but that was a thing that was there. I don't know whether it's true, whether they've seen leaks or something, I don't know. But
right.
Or whether they just pulled out their ass, which I think is very likely.
Right, okay.
And I think even Russell would try and do a sequel to Midnight.
No, I don't see why you would either.
Twilight,
yeah. Midnight and Twilight.
Noon.
Wasn't he going to call it Twilight or something like that?
Yeah, well, tomato.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, shall we look through the episodes of season 2 and see what we think might happen in these episodes?
All right.
So, episode 1, The Robot Revolution, written by Russell T Davies and directed by an absolute goat of recent years of television directing, Peter Hoare. What are you laughing at?
Who I literally just found out
was
directed. I didn't know
We have spoken about on this podcast multiple times that Peter Hoare is returning to Doctor Who.
I don't remember that.
You may know Peter Hoare from his work on It's a Sin.
Yep.
The Last of Us episode 3, which is like the most iconic episode of that show, which is a great episode.
It really is. Yeah.
And also previously worked on Doctor Who with A Good Man Goes to War.
Yeah.
Which is really, really interesting. So cool to have Mr. Hoare back.
Yeah, well, that was always a theory when Russell was coming back that hopefully he would come along, because they did It's a Sin together. Obviously, he did Doctor Who, but that was under Steven.
Yeah.
When he did Good Man Goes to War. So this was him. Didn't he do all of It's a Sin?
Yeah, he did.
Pretty sure he did, yeah.
So he's directed Daleks before. Maybe he's directing them again.
Yes.
Maybe the Daleks are in the Robot Revolution.
Ooh.
I reckon we keep off talking about this episode because we are in a few days going to have a prediction and theory pod based entirely around the Robot Revolution. That'll be coming out.
People.
So lucky. That'll be coming out on Thursday.
Well.
So let's save this chat for then. But we got the Robot Revolution. Then episode 2 is Lux, written by Russell T Davies and directed by Amanda Brocchi, which is cool. Amanda's previously known for directing Picnic at Hang Rock,
which I saw the play of in December.
There you go.
Which is kind of crazy. She directed one episode of that.
Also directed Mr. Black, Girl Boss, and Lowdown, which are all things that I don't really know. Oh, hold on a minute. Mr. Black was an Australian television comedy series for Network 10.
Well, the Picnic at Hanging Rock is an Australian story too. It's an Australian play. So
Amanda Brocchi is from Melbourne.
Oh.
More Australians in Doctor Who. Let's go.
Yeah, she does too. She does this one and she does the next one.
She does Lux and the Well.
And the Well, yeah. So I'm interested to see.
Which are probably 2 of the episodes I'm most excited for, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Speak to me about that.
Well, I think like the Well looks dark and mysterious, and I'm really here for it. That fly is being a pain in everyone's ass today. The Well, I like the vibe I'm getting from it. Mate, no one fucking knows, and I love that.
Are they going underwater or are they deep diving in space?
I don't know, mate.
Nice.
But I don't know. But I'm cool. I'm keen for whatever it throws at us.
What's in the well?
Don't know.
Omega?
And
Daleks?
You left me here, Doctor, in the well.
I've been here before.
And Lux, I just feel like maybe there's a chance. The Devil's Cord didn't quite tick the box for me. It got pretty close, but just didn't stick the landing. And in terms of these sort of weirdly experimental historicals, I think, give it a second crack. We'll see, I think good things, I don't know, like you can maybe stuff it up once a little bit, and then I reckon you get better for the second one. That's me. But what are your thoughts on Lux and Well? Lux obviously being the episode that looks like has like an animated character, Mr. Twiddlybum coming out of the screen.
Ring a ding, yeah.
And the Well, like you said, that looks like all we know is they're deep diving into something.
Yeah. So I'm very excited about what's his name's back?
Alan Cummings.
Alan Cummings, yeah. So that's really cool.
Plays Mr. Twiddlybum.
Yes, and he was last in The Witchfinders.
In a cool role.
Cast in the new Avengers. which
He
is
did.
funny because it's like now he's in Doctor Who and the Avengers, which is because he used to play that character in X-Men. I can't remember it now.
Now he's in 2 dead franchises.
Oh, Aiden,
That's a joke. That's a joke.
Oh no, both Disney as well.
Both dead.
Oh, Aiden.
That was a joke.
From what I hear from that, like the voice and I'm beaming at you, like it looks fucking cool. Like
Yeah.
I'm really here for it.
Animated sequences as well.
Animated sequences. We'll see how it goes. I like this idea of it gives me. This is probably a vibe maybe a few people have picked up on, but like there's an episode in series 2 of Torchwood where they go. It's like a rainy night in Cardiff, and they go to that theater.
It comes from the rain.
Something like that,
Yeah.
yeah, and it gives me that vibe because from the poster of the announcement of the name, it's like raining and stuff.
Yeah, like that poster sold me
Yeah.
a lot more on this episode than just like the rainy aesthetic. I just was really
Sure.
I really like that.
And I think it's a fantastic idea, and it doesn't look shit, which is great. It actually looks really cool.
Yeah, keen.
Yeah, I can't wait for like the cold open to just be like a regular audience like watching a movie, and then it comes out the screen, and they're like, ah.
But then
like, I
get
love
this
that.
coming out of the cold open. Don't know how they'll transition this. Animated
It is.
title sequence.
That would be cool.
like a 2D
That would
TARDIS.
be awesome.
Very big, budget heavy is my only worry, but maybe there's a way.
Yeah, well, we also had a another theme tune for Devil's Claw. It was
Yeah, but that was like because it was a musical episode. That's why I'm thinking the animated episode will do
that
animated
could be cool.
TARDIS.
That could be very cool. No, I am very excited for that.
And the well?
The well.
Well.
Looks looks actually really good. I want this series this series looks very like dark, and I love that, baby. Put it in my veins. I want it. Hiya.
Okay.
That's what I want. And this episode, give me a creepy ass villain, baby. I want it. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's about. What I want is a deep siege dive into like a base under siege story where all the crew down there are like gone missing or dead, and
That could be
and
cool.
they can't get in contact with them. They have to go down and find out what happened.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
It'd be cool to, I guess, Midnight has a villain. In the same way
They're
that...
coming back.
yeah, maybe this is the sequel to Midnight.
Yeah.
In the same way that... which I kind of don't mind that with this one. This one, there's a vibe there. Who knows?
Shit, that could happen.
In the... I wouldn't mind a similar thing to Midnight at least, or maybe 73 Yards, where 73 Yards, a better example, there isn't exactly a villain. Like maybe there's just something mysterious happening in this world,
like that.
quite spooky. Or if there is a villain, it's something you don't see, like Midnight. I would really fucking like that.
I like that.
Yeah.
Whenever it comes to like theorizing and like, you know, questioning what it was, I always think it like sticks with you more.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I like that.
I just don't want to... I like villains you can't see.
Yeah.
Like we've seen this clown in that you said was in Robot Revolution and I said was in the story and the engine, the character in the new trailer.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, it's Omega.
Yeah.
Like he just looks like it's from the Power Rangers for me. Or
Right.
Tim Shaw was the other theory.
Yeah, he does kind of like Tim Shaw.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tim Shaw's brother?
Dave.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. The Well, of course, is not just written by Russell. It's also written by Sharma Angel Welfall, which I believe this is her first full screenwriting credit, which I think it's cool that we've given that to someone. And for those that I know some people don't like, they're like, oh, big show like Doctor Who, why is this someone, we need someone with more credibility writing it. I don't mind that it's just one episode of the season. I think it's a great opportunity, but also the fact it's co-written kind of goes, no, like she's had a hand through it. So it's really cool.
Well, how else do people get started?
Exactly. And what better way to start than Doctor Who?
Yeah, I agree.
Lucky Day. Written by Pete McTighe.
Yeah.
Ty or Teague?
I don't know.
We go through this a lot.
I don't know.
And Peter Hall.
Tell us.
Peter Hall also directs this episode.
The two Pete's.
So far, we have got 3 out of 4 episodes have had a heavy Australian influence.
True. Nice.
So yeah, Pete's back. Curious to see what he's like guest writing under Russell. I've got a bit more confidence in this one, especially the scenes from that episode. It's the Ruby-centered episode.
Yeah.
That is what we know. And the scenes from the episode look a bit darker.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm here for. I like last time they sent Ruby out on an episode, on a Dr. Light episode, and it was quite dark. Fucking loved that episode.
Yeah.
So I'm curious what Pete's got in store. His Doctor Who credits haven't been brilliant in the past, but the stuff he's done with the collection sets have been fun. I'm curious. And Peter Hall back to direct just fills me with a lot of confidence.
I'm beaming at this.
I'm beaming at you.
I'm so excited for this episode.
Yeah?
It might be the one I'm excited about the most.
Really? I thought when we were talking on the pod last week, when the episodes got revealed, you weren't
Well, either this
keen?
or Story in the Engine.
Okay.
Because I think this is just, I just love 73 Yards so much. I'm very interested to see what they're going to do with Ruby.
Do you think Unit's going to be in this one a bit?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I love that. Like, well, it shows from the reveal of the name. It has like newspaper like pinned to the wall, and it says like, "Is Unit hiding creatures under there?"
And we saw in the trailer that there's like a darker place
I love
under
that,
Unit.
and I would love like a brief. Like maybe if it's just like something that's on the wall again, like something that kind of maybe ties into like War Between Land and the Sea, like something, or like a little mention
that would be
about
cool.
like troubles in like the sea or something.
Yeah.
The director gives me so much hope. I'm keen to give Pete a chance. I like the idea of Doctor and Belinda Light. They're at fucking Bunnings or something. I don't know. They're just at Bunnings and it starts there and then it goes to Ruby. I'm super keen. I'll be interested. Do you think she's in the final, or is this the only time we're going to see her?
Ruby?
Yeah.
She'll be in the final. She will be in the final.
Okay, cool.
100%.
All right, awesome.
Yeah, I guess the only thing for me, I would have preferred this to just be a Ruby episode, like the whole Ruby Unit thing. I don't really care that much about Unit. We've had a lot of Unit lately, and I'm just kind of like,
Get to know the team before you see them in a War Between the Land and the Sea.
Like, well, that's the thing, and there's so much more Unit to come. Like, and I do like having Unit as a presence in Who. I feel like Moffat got that good balance where they might be in 2 episodes a season, but then they might skip a season.
It felt like an event. It used to feel like an event when Unit was in it.
Yeah.
It was like, and Unit's returning. You're
Whereas
like,
now
oh,
it
cool.
feels like just part of the bingo card
Yeah.
for the season.
Do you think that Rose Noble is in this episode?
I don't know if she'll be in this one, but I think it's almost confirmed that she will be in the finale.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm honestly what I could see instead of them being in Bunnings, I think what happens is that if we're going through this narrative, the Doctor and Belinda can't come home, they can't go back to Earth. So
This is what's been going on in Earth in the meantime.
Something's going on Earth, and they'll probably be having I know there's that shot of Ruby looking over
it's a bit of like where's
helipad?
on the helipad. It's a bit of like where are you, Doctor?
Where are you? Yeah, exactly. Like, it just screams that. And I'm like, it would be cool if like something crazy's happening and Kate's like, and the Doctor is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah. It would be really cool.
So, and we'll probably get a fat mention to it in like the final where it's like, we tried to contact you. It's like, I've been stuck.
Yeah.
I can't come home.
Yeah.
But again, what I love so much so far about this series is that I don't know shit, and I want to keep it that way. And I don't know what's going to happen in this episode. It seems like it's some kind of creature that got loose that they obviously already know about.
Well, that's my sort of other hesitancy is the CGI creatures from the trailers that look like they're from this episode look a little bit funky.
They're like wolves or something.
I don't know, but they look funky. And the last thing about this episode is that it's almost confirmed really that Ruby has a boyfriend in this episode.
Wow. What's his name? Conrad?
Conrad, I think.
It's close to Connor.
I think he is going to have I think he might almost be a villain or something. And this is why. So last week on the podcast, I said to you, you said that the 2007 scene is from the finale.
Isn't it 2008?
It's 2007.
Oh, shit. I've been looking like an idiot.
You've been saying 7 every time.
7. Okay.
And I said, no, I think it's from episode 4. Here's why.
Okay.
I think the episode opens in 2007 and the Doctor and Belinda do something. Something happens and they see this kid.
Conrad.
And the kid, Conrad, witnesses it. And then that starts starts off a plot that then becomes the episode. We jump ahead 18 years to see Ruby having a date with Conrad, and the episode goes from there. All hell breaks loose. Bigger terrors than ever before. Darker threats. Higher stakes.
And lucky days. What is lucky?
Goosebumps.
Look at me. What does lucky day mean though? What do you think? No idea.
I don't know. I bet he's someone that has always been told he's lucky or something. Or
because he was saved when he was a kid.
He was saved by the doctor. And the doctor goes, hey, maybe it's just your lucky day or something, eh? Ha ha ha. Cries and then walks off.
All right. Yeah. I did see a shot from the new trailer of him crying.
Okay, well, it was always going to be
there
there.
you go.
Yeah, so that's my theory for Lucky Day.
Oh, well, and we'll most probably see Carla and Cherry. I think Cherry was confirmed. The actress was confirmed, I think, in Doctor Who magazine that she's back.
Yeah, and I know Carla's definitely in this season because Russell posted a wrap photo. I remember the photo he posted. I think it was either right before season 1 aired or right after when they wrapped season 2. Right. It was him and Carla. And was like, that's a wrap on season 2.
Fantastic secrecy. Okay. All right. Well, cool. All right. That'd be cool to see.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. What's next?
Episode 5 is The Story and the Engine, written by Inua Elams and directed by Michaela McPherson. A lot of names in here that are hard to pronounce. And so Inua, the writer of the episode, best known for a lot of poetry.
The poet go, yeah.
And I kind of rate that. I really rate just trying different things here. Like, I think people always think you have to really study one craft to be really good at it. And it's like, no, I think if you have a basic understanding of storytelling, you can apply that to anything. And then a lot of the time, those people are super talented at those things. So I'm really keen to see what he brings to the table. Interestingly, so usually with season 1 and with a lot of Doctor Who in the past, we've had directors directing blocks. So in season 1, each director directed 2 episodes, and they wouldn't have to be back to back. They might have been it was like, I think Ben Chesil directed episodes 2 and 6. Interestingly, this is where a block gets split up between 2 directors. So Michaela McPherson directs this episode, but only this one episode.
Yeah, I think it's because they wanted to have as much of like a black creative team as they could.
I rate that. I really rate that.
Because it's like, I think it's in like a West African setting.
Possibly. It looked like there was maybe some Egyptian stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So I think that's what they were trying to go for there.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, I mean, I'm game for
sure.
This episode, yeah, as well with Lucky Day is probably the one I'm excited for the most. I'm keen for a really cool Doctor speech.
Yeah, grown on me a lot, this one.
Yeah, I'm keen, and I have an arachnophobia, so I'm very keen to see a big spod
get blown up.
Well, let's just hope that's not how it ends.
Yeah.
But
I've got a feeling the villain of this one is going to be destroying the spiders. Like they're destroying the story or something like that. Yeah.
Well, from the new trailer, the barbershop they're in is on top of the spider. Like it exists.
That's right, yeah.
It exists on the spider. And you can see them getting blown out of it. They're getting pulled out of it.
Yeah, into the web and flying around or whatever. Yeah.
So I know nothing about this episode.
No.
Ready to rock.
No, there's a story and there's an engine.
Well,
and a big spider going boom.
Well, they show missing posters in it. So
are all the missing people the people
I don't know
that were in the barbershop?
I have no idea. I love Shooty's costume and I love his hair in it. I think it looks awesome.
Yeah, it's elite.
I love it. Like it's probably my favorite style of his hair I've seen.
He's going to be rivaling PCAP for best Doctor hair energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Peter's grew in his like change. There's a line in it's in Devil's Court. It's like, I've got a ton of wigs, so you know.
So he's throwing on wigs.
It's an episode I'm actually really excited for. I think these 2 episodes are going to be my streak of boom in 73 yards, where I was doing the worm backflips, going like, Doctor Who is back, and it is better than ever.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that the Lucky Day, the story and the engine could be a bit of a triple. We're onto something.
Threat.
We're onto something. All right, so the Interstellar Song Contest. Written by Juno Dawson. Amen.
Love Juno.
We know that she wrote Doctor Who Redacted. She wrote apparently a really great Doctor Who novel that I've not read, but apparently is really great.
Yeah.
And a bunch of other Doctor Who stuff and books in general, so that's really great. And Ben A. Williams directs this episode. And once again, yeah, just a 1-episode director.
Yeah, I was checking him out before. I think he's a bit of a newcomer as well. But from what I see, that episode, like spectacle-wise, looks beautiful.
Well, I don't mind if he's a bit of a newcomer to be like, we'll give you one.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Sure, definitely. Yeah. Again, like how else these people get their chances?
For sure.
Well, that's the thing. This episode does look all spectacle to me, and I hope it's not a bit of like that movie, The Bus That Couldn't Slow Down, where like if the bus slows down, it blows up.
Yeah,
I'm worried it might be something like
they stop singing and it blows
if you
up.
stop singing, it blows up. And I don't really like musicals and shit. I don't watch Eurovision. They got the guy, what's his name? I'm going blank now.
Some bloke that everyone knows in the UK.
Yeah. It's like a Ryland,
yeah, Ryland. And it's airing on Eurovision night, which I think is the coolest thing about this episode.
That's fun. That's certainly fun. I think that's really cool. It might just be one of those episodes that aren't for me, and not every episode of TV has to be for you.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
and I'm hoping this is a bit of a Rogue for me, where Rogue was my least anticipated of the series, and although I don't love it, it's certainly up there with one of my favorites of the series. So, I think it's probably my third favorite of the series.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it'll be something like that. It seems like similar vibes where it's like the calm before the storm of the final. And I think most of all, the coolest thing about it is that Juno just deserves it, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the coolest thing I think that's coming out of it. So I'm sure she'll do great, because she is a very talented writer. And I think I'm definitely keen to see. Hopefully there's more under the surface.
That's my thing with it, yeah.
But we'll see.
I'm keen on this being on the same night as Eurovision. I think that's a great bit of marketing. But the actual plot doesn't yet interest me. But we don't really know the plot. We just know the setting, that it's like space Eurovision.
Oh, we're staying.
Oh, we're staying. And we know they stay.
And they stay.
Yeah.
Is it after Eurovision then? Or was it before?
I think it'll be on before.
Okay. That's cool.
It's
an appetizer for the main course.
That's it, baby. Moving on to the 2-part finale, which is Wish World and the Reality War. Both episodes written by Russell T Davies, and both episodes directed by Alex Sanjeev Pillai, who we know also directed Joy to the World, done a bit of Bridgerton, Sabrina. Yeah, I think he did a pretty good job with Joy to the World. Nothing overly stood out to me, but it like did the job. Do you know what I mean?
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
It's I think the script was just lacking in that episode. So, but from what I could gather, I think it was well done.
Yeah, I'm excited to rewatch Joy to the World, because I'm going to rewatch it before season 2, because I've not rewatched it. I only watched it once on broadcast.
Well, I'm going to be rewatching. I'm going to get started on my 1 year later reviews soon.
Oh shit! Yeah, you got to rewatch.
I'm going to be watching series 1 again.
No, nice.
I'm doing all my notes and stuff, so I'm going to start doing that soon. But I'm actually quite excited to watch series 1 again. And I'll do Joy of the World when I get there at Christmas this year.
Amazing. Love your work. The finale, I think, is just going to be a crazy big thing. I can imagine, because Russell loves to do a setup part, which I'm okay with, as long as part 2 is really good. And so I think that we will have Mrs. Flood's identity revealed at the end of episode 6, at the end of Interstellar. And then we will explore that in episode 7 a bit more in the lead up to another villain, because it's the classic Captain Jack and Fugitive of the Jejune, right? You got the Jejune back, so like, okay, cool, returning villain. That's like one thing. You're like, oh, probably won't be another big surprise. And then you have Captain Jack arrive, and you're like, oh my God, it's John Barrowman. And then you're like, wow, what an episode of Doctor Who, all this cool stuff's happened. And then 10 minutes later, they throw a new doctor at you. It's like, you don't predict that she's a doctor, because you've got all of this other stuff filling your void. And so I think Mrs. Flood is there almost to hide who the real villain is. And that's when we'll find out who it is. Possibly, I reckon it will be a returning villain. Possibly Omega is my bet. But perhaps it could be anyone else. This is the most, since Series 6, this is the most adamant I've been that Omega will be in a season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you were kind of on the money with Sutek.
I was very early. Early. I think I got that before a lot of people.
Well, I think you saw a TikTok or something.
No, I saw sand. It was literally sand.
Sand.
I will, what should I do? If Omega is not in this finale, I don't want to eat a hat again.
I was going to say, the hat's over there.
I have to do another bet, because last year it was, if Stephen Moffat returns to Doctor Who, I'll eat my hat. So I took a bite out of a hat. If Omega's in the finale.
Well, I need to do something as well if the 2007 quote isn't in the final.
Okay.
So if that's in Lucky Day, I got to do something. Or in any other episode that isn't either the final two.
Okay.
So I don't know what to say. I was going to say something last week, but I couldn't think of one. I'm not going to do something crazy like go bald. Don't comment.
I mean, I'm doing that without any help anyways. If Omega isn't in the finale, I will do an episode, I guess, like a clown, just like a clown. I'll do our end of year review dressed as a clown.
Didn't you do that already?
No, I did. I was dressed up as an alien for
that. Was it?
Yeah, I don't know if I have a clown costume, but
what's something I could do? Should I leave it to the audience?
How about you guys write below what you want us to do?
But don't go crazy. I ain't cutting my hair or anything.
Go crazy.
All right.
Podcast I listened to, the guy just had to dye his hair blue.
Dan?
Yeah.
Dan does footy.
He just had to dye his hair blue for one of these sort of things. And he also has changed his name on everything to include a footy club that he lost to. And like, it's getting out of hand. His team keeps losing and he keeps losing bets. So yeah, I guess, I'll either you guys recommend something or failing that, maybe I'll dress up as a clown for our end of season review.
Yeah, do some, and comment who you want to do it. So
just two separate things.
You know our hatreds.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Aiden has to wear like a West Coast Eagles like scarf. That would be torturous for you.
Yeah. Connor and I have to do a vlog where we watch. What's an episode of Doctor Who we both hate?
Episode we both hate? Oh God.
We watch Empire of Death on loop for 8 hours or something like that and
God,
vlog it.
Could you imagine?
That's kind of funny though.
Oh my God. We watched Empire of Death on loop.
That's pretty funny.
Oh.
You heard it here first. If Omega isn't in the finale, we'll watch Empire of Death on loop for 8 hours.
This involves me now. It was supposed
hours.
to be your
That's
thing.
locked in. 8 hours of Empire of Death.
Shit. Okay, go on then. Okay. That'll be for Omega. Comment a separate one for me for the 2007 thing.
Okay. So only I have to watch Empire.
Oh no, I'll do it with you. I'm saying I'll do a separate.
Or maybe it's like I have to do it, but I bring you in for a bit of like because I'll shape it, so I have to do things to shake it up, and so you can come in and watch it for one viewing with me.
And I'll see you in the corner crying.
Yeah. Okay. So that'll be my thing. If Omega's not in the finale, I'll watch it, and Connor will participate a bit.
And I'll it's cool because 8 episodes for series 1, 8 times.
Yeah, it's like I'm watching season 1, but just Empire of Death.
Exactly. Yeah, and comment something for me. Don't go too crazy.
Okay.
All
right. Cool. And any last thoughts on the finale, or shall we leave it there?
Not really. I mean, what's this exploding Eiffel Tower and
the reality's fucked. The reality bomb has gone off.
Yeah. Cool thing is I don't really know shit, Aiden.
That's good, mate.
How about that?
Well, let's move on then to our win, loss, draw predictions for the season.
Yeah.
We want to know whether we think an episode's going to be good, mid, or bad, basically.
Okay.
We'll go episode by episode, and then at the end of season 2, we will look back and see how close we were.
Yeah.
The Robot Revolution, I'm going to give it a draw.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be pretty mid. Yeah. Lux, I've got a win.
Me too.
Wow, okay. I didn't think that from you. The Well, I've got a win.
Me too.
Lucky Day, I've got a draw.
I've got a win.
Okay. The Story and the Engine, I've got a win.
I got a win.
Oh, shit, boy. Interstellar Song Contest,
I got a draw.
Got a loss, which kills me because it's Juno, but I'm hoping to be proven wrong. I'm just not that keen on the concept.
I don't want to be mean. I'm going to give it a draw.
Okay, well, I guess I'm mean. Wish World, I'm giving a win.
I'm giving a draw.
And the Reality War, I'm giving a loss.
I'm giving a draw.
Okay.
Wow, Aiden, Mr. Negative over here.
Actually, Wish World, I'm going to give a draw, not a win. I'm going to amend that. Okay. Overall season, do you think a win, loss, or draw? I've got a win.
Win. Fuck it. I'm saying it.
Let's
Come
go.
on.
Let's see.
I'm
Let's
dying
see.
over here.
I've got 3 wins, 3 draws, and 2 losses. I think I'll be happy if that comes true. Like, that's a pretty good gauge for like a decent season for me. Connor, you've got 4 wins and 4 draws.
mate. Down the middle, baby.
Down on
Let's
the picket
go.
fence, as
Let's
they say.
go.
All right, let's wrap up the show, mate, with some
over here?
crystal ball predictions. I want simple yes or no answers from you, my friend.
Everyone do it at home. Even
Get
if you're on
that
the
ball
bus or
in
on the
your
train.
If you're doing that on the bus, that might look a bit dirty, mate.
Just do it. Connor tells you.
Will Omega return, yes or no?
Yeah, probably.
Will the 15th Doctor regenerate?
Oh, yes.
Will Verada Sethu depart at the end of the series?
Yes.
Will there be Daleks?
No.
What will be the best episode?
I think the best episodes could be The Well.
What will be the worst episode?
Maybe Interstellar Song Contest. Sorry.
Cool. That's good. That's my questions.
You want to answer them yourself?
Sure. Will Omega return? Yes. I hope so.
Well.
I don't want to watch Empire of Death 8 times. Will the 15th Doctor regenerate? Leaning towards a yes, I guess. Will Vedada Sethu... I always say I cannot pronounce the name. I'm so sorry. Vedada Sethu depart at the end of the series. Yes. Will there be Daleks? No, but I'm like hopeful maybe. What will be the best episode? The Well. And the worst episode will be The Reality War.
Oh, no. You really haven't got high hopes for that, have you?
No, I don't. I'm scarred by Empire, mate.
I know.
And it's just one of those things where it's just so big. I'm not really interested in that.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay, so that's our season 2 review. How fucking exciting.
I am excited, actually. Bring on Saturday night, baby.
Yeah. Well, you'll get one more pod from us coming this Thursday, which will be a preview podcast for the Robots Revolution. We'll talk a little bit more in depth. It'll be pretty short, but I guess it will set the vibe of what we're going to be going for weekly with the podcast.
Okay, well, we'll see you there.
We will see you there. Thank you for watching.
We might be wearing the same clothes.
Maybe.
Ooh.
Magic.
Yeah.
It's Aidan and Connor's podcast. We're doing Doctor Who previews
on a Monday.
Doing Doctor Who previews. Do.
We're so good at knowing when to start singing. You notice that?
Yeah.
It's like the brain powers.
Connected, mate.
I'm sure people, every time I hear it, every week, I'm like, that was so great and on cue.
I remember someone said that they used to listen to the podcast for like ages and they thought it was a recorded ending. And then they watched the pod and they're like, oh shit, these guys go live every time. Yeah.
Sing it differently like every time.
I know this person does not engage with the podcast properly, but that's okay.